Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This one right here is going to be more or less on intercepting HTTP requests. And so what we're going to learn here is there's another technology, there's so many different technologies. This one's called burp, like you burp, and it's also free. I would definitely recommend running it to do what we're trying to do. The thing is, we're not going to install that one this week. We just have too many things to install, and my apologies. As I improve this class, I will make sure that all this stuff is installed on day one. So my apologies. So anyways, I kind of wanted to show it to you. This diagram right here is showing you how it's intercepting requests. So if you've ever gone to a website and it's HTTP, it gives you that ability because it's vulnerable. It is, I'm trying to talk loud since we have no speakers in the class. It allows us to, maybe I can't do that. It allows us to intercept information. So when we send a request, instead of sending it directly to the web browser, we're actually going to configure our browser to send requests to burp instead. So this is, so kind of what we're doing here is we have a website. We go to pittsburghsteelers.com. We go to the proxy, modify the request. We hit the web server, shows the IP address. We make a response, and then it goes to HTML website. Okay. So, anyways, what we're trying to do is configure our browser to send a request to burp. So this is the proxy right here running. Burp, you'll see the parameters are being posted to the website. So we're going to post the request, the GET request from the client code. Has to be applied. So some websites apply client side code, some don't. So we're going to be able to see the request after the client side code has been applied. This is very important because a lot of websites are filtering as a client side. And then once we modify the request in burp, we're going to be able to forward it to the website, and the website will execute it and give it back to us. So hand deliver it to us. So again, we're going to redirect requests from burp to modify them and send them back to the website. Executes it back to us. Now, we're going to be using a lot of this in the future. So it's a future idea that will become more closer. It will become more clear in the future. So let me show you how to configure burp. So first of all, I'm going to start work so you can run here and kind of see how it works. So we have the DVWA up. I'm pulling up the burp site. Sweet, it's free. This one I have installed directly on the Linux environment. So we're going to use the defaults for now. So what we're interested in is the proxy, to see if the proxy is set to on, which is the most important thing. So the thing now is going to do options. We're running port 80. Port 80 is HTTP. If we're doing 443, it'd be secured. So now anything that we do here is more centered around redirecting anything yet. So we're going to set up what we need to tell our web browser to send all the requests to the port that is running on. So burp is running on 88. So now we're going to, or 80. So I'm going to go into preferences, and we're going to go into advanced networking settings. We're going to use the manual proxy configuration. And as you see here, we have it set on 8080, local host. It's here. So options are, we're going to click on it and we'll be okay. Pretty straightforward. Now anything I do in a web browser will be redirected to burp. So now what we're doing is we're just intercepting it. Anything I do here is going to be redirected to the proxy. I can modify the request and send it back to the web server. So let's see how it is going to work. I'm going to go back here and intercept. I'm just going to click on any link in here. So if I just go, for an example, file inclusion, you'll see that the burp has intercepted the packet. So that's what we're doing. And if we go here on parameters, you'll see the stuff that burp is sending, which is pretty cool. So we can see that it's asking for a page called poetry. It's telling the security should be below it, and it's sending the SSID, as you see here. So again, the headers, you'll see the headers that been sent and can be modified. The values by double clicking on it. So you can modify, double click and modify it. So you kind of get the gist here on how to access it. Now we're going to be able to find things in the future very easily by doing this. So let me show you an example of follow up on. Now again, if I click on the file upload, nothing happens. We had some problems with this earlier. I have to forward back to see where the values are so we can see what the headers are as well. And I have to forward the website. We'll load it here and then forward it again. So as you can see, now it loaded. So let's try to upload an image. Try a car. Pretend I got that kind of money to buy a car. I upload it. Now you can see it here. So now you can see that the image name, you can see that the image type, you can see the variable, etc. We insert it here, so it's pulling all that information up. Again, this is post request, and you usually don't see anything in here for that. We can modify values in here and then utilize it again. And this might not make much sense right now, but it will in the future, learning about other different types of attacks. All right, so let's see here. All right, port 88's running, so we'll try to lose my connection because the proxy server is refusing connection, so that's always good. Because I set burp. So right now I'm just kind of going through here. Settings not to use a proxy. So advanced network settings, no proxy. Okay, then you should be pretty good to go, I think. Try it again. These things happen. Brute force. So again, this is going to be really hands-on to intercept posts to get past the bypass filters and also bypass anything. Doing this is very fast. Once I say I'm going to use burp, you can try to take it on from there.